Straight after I released a video about how disappointing the NHL content is, EA dropped the best Friday content we saw so far this year, Frozen Forces. Hello YouTube and welcome back to another NHL 25 video. Like I already said in yesterday's video, as soon as I will drop the video, EA probably will release a banger content, and that's exactly what they did. And now my complaining video is pretty much irrelevant. Today we definitely have a lot to cover, so let's jump into it. Firstly, we have 5 new MSPs and 1 master set item. We have Jake Oettinger, Moritz Seider, Morgan Rielly, Seider and Reinhart, Connor Bedard, and 89 overall Connor McDavid. It means Connor McDavid's X-Factor Supercharge card is also getting an upgrade. We also receive a bunch of Frozen Force lower overall cards, and as you can see, Miro Heiskanen and Willie Nylander are also getting an upgrade. Then out of nowhere, EA decided to release 6 new Supernatural cards, and it means Nikita Kucherov, Daniel Alfredsson, Bobby Orr, and Matt Sundin is also getting an upgrade. No need to say then Connor McDavid, MSP, is the best card in the game. Playmaking forward and also agility boost. If you activate agility boost, you can get his agility to the 99. He also have 95 speed. In all fairness, to drop this kind of card in December is nuts, but you know what? I will take that. He also have superstar ability wheels and zone ability elite edges. In all honesty, there is nothing in this card saying don't make it. The only reason I probably would say don't make this MSP is if you already have his supercharge X Factor, or at least you are very close of making him. The next one is Seider and Reinhart. Sniping forward and also power shooting boost. If you activate both synergies, you can see the shooting is insane, hands are good. He also can skate, 88 speed, 88 acceleration, 91 agility, the balance is only 86 but it's still usable, and endurance is 87. And the best part about this card is not only that he can skate, he also have close quarters, and in my opinion close quarters is the most OP ability this year. The checking and defense stats are not that good, but because he have close quarters you will score a lot of goals in front of the net. I probably will also not use him on a faceoffs because he only have 84 faceoff stats, but he's definitely a really good right-handed winger. The next one is Connor Bedard, and he gives me some kind of next-gen vibes from last year. Sniping forward and pinpoint shooting boost. As you can see, if you activate both synergies, you can get his wrist shot accuracy to the 99. And same about the wrist shot power. It basically means because the goalie overalls are not that high, this guy will score so many goals for you. Once the overalls will go up for the goalkeepers, so their stats also will increase, this card will not be that efficient, but early in the game, it's one of the best cards you can get. Also, 89 speed, 89 acceleration, 96 agility, 87 balance, and 85 endurance. Not bad at all. The hands are all about 91, and he also have Make It Snappy. Make It Snappy is definitely not as good as it was last year, but it's still a usable ability. His checking and defensive stats are not that good, and I also would probably not use him in a center position, so he's a pure winger for me. Then we have the best goalkeeper in the game, at least on a paper, Jake Oettinger, who is 6.6. I don't believe that Jake Oettinger is 6.6, but maybe I just need to Google it. Defensive boost and speed boost. Again, it doesn't really do anything for a goalkeeper, but it helps your team. His speed is 86, his aggression is 87, rebound control is 90, and if you look at the positioning stats, it's all really good. His zone ability is sponge. I tried this ability multiple times, but I just in general don't believe that any abilities does anything to the goalkeepers. On a paper, this is the best goalkeeper we currently have in the game. And to be honest, if there will be no one else in week 2 I want to make, then I'm making this Jake Oettinger. And then we have one of the best right-handed defensemen in the game, Moritz Seider, 6.4, with 2-way defenseman and also pinpoint shooting boost. The skating stats are very rounded up, the shooting and hands are also decent for someone who will probably score a lot of goals from the blue line. Zone ability, shutdown, the best defensive ability you can have. If you look at defensive stats, then his defensive awareness could be 92, stick checking 95, body checking 91, and also shot blocking is 93. Personally was waiting for a really good Moritz Seider card. I make him every single year, and even considering I'm not a Red Wings fan, I just find his cards very fun to use. And it would not be an event without a Maple Leafs player. Morgan Rielly, 6.1, with 2-way defenseman and pinpoint shooting boost. At this point I just think they copy and paste the synergies from one player to another, but you know what? Whatever. 88 speed, 89 acceleration, endurance is 87, balance 90, agility 91. Shooting stats, all about 90s. The hand stats, really good as well. Defensive stats, 91, defensive awareness, and 94. Stick checking, shot blocking also 90. Seriously guys, if you are making a Maple Leafs team, this is a must-have card for you. His zone ability is Seeing Eye. It's like 50-50. Sometimes I really notice this ability when I'm activating it on Adam Fox. Sometimes I play around 10-15 games and he don't do anything. This ability is really helping if you're going for a tip shot, so it's up to you if you want to activate. I still think that it's worth 2 ability points, but it's definitely not the meta ability. Because Connor McDavid is now 89 overall, his X Factor also can be upgraded all the way to the 89. He also received a new superstar ability, Ankle Breaker. As you can see, it costs you 0 ability points. If we have to compare both cards, then I think the shooting stats are better on his X Factor, where the skating stats are better on his MSP, because you can get the agility all the way to the 99, where his supercharged X Factor you can only get it to the 96. So if you still didn't make his X Factor, this is a really good card. In some ways I would even say it's better than his Supercharge X Factor because, in my opinion, Silver Wheels and Zone Ability Elite Edges is really fun combo, and because McDavid is always the fastest card in the game, Elite Edges and Silver Wheels will be fun to use. Now let's have a look at some of the 87 overall cards like Willie Nylander, Playmaking Forward and Deking Boost. Already usable card, we'd make it snappy, so there is really nothing to complain about if you pull him in the pack. If you look at his X Factor, you can also upgrade him all the way to the 87, which is finally a relief because this card felt like never will receive an upgrade. He was upgradable all the way to the 85 before, but 85 is really not that good at this point in the game considering all these cards EA is dropping. Another great card released by EA is this Kyle Connor. He's a pure winger, so if you activate Sniping Forward and Power Shooting Boost, you can see that the shooting stats are insane. The skating stats are also very rounded up and the hands are good. His ability is Snipe, so I probably would not activate 2 ability points because I remember using this ability on Tarasenko and I really didn't notice it a lot. And surprise surprise, Miro Heiskanen also receives an upgrade, or 86 overall Frozen Force card. With two-way defenseman and zone ability Seeing Eye, not a bad card, but I probably would still use his X Factor card if you have one because he have two-way defenseman and he have elite edges on his X Factor, so in my opinion X Factor is much better than this card. But we all know they probably just dropped this card so they can actually give an X Factor an upgrade. There also are cards like Ivan Barbashev, Chris Letang, Jonathan Huberdeau, Riker Evans, Aaron Ekblad, Owen Tippett, Jonathan Quick, Adam, and I cannot pronounce his surname, and Connor Ingram. These cards would probably be just a team items, or I don't know, let's say if you're a fan of the player, I probably would not pick any of them even if you're starting out because they're just way more better cards you can pick up for free. And for free I mean by just grinding the game. Let's quickly have a look at our Supernatural cards who also was released just to upgrade the hologram icons. Daniel Alfredsson, Playmaking Forward and Playmaking Boost. Not a bad card, but for his size I was expecting him to be faster. The shooting is also quite mid and the hands, yeah, at least he have 99 passing. Zone ability will be Unstoppable Force, but if you decided to make his hologram icon, then at least finally you can upgrade him. The cards are pretty much the same, the shooting is the same, the hands are pretty much the same, even the skating is the same. The only difference between these two cards probably would be the zone ability. And the hell has finally frozen. Nikita Kucherov have an 87 overall Supernatural card, Sniping Forward and Playmaking Boost. The shooting is great, the skating is good, the balance could potentially be better, but the hands are also awesome. Zone ability Unstoppable Force. But we all know that the only thing we technically care about is that his X Factor captain finally receive an upgrade. So you can get him all the way to the 87 as well, and if you activate the agility boost, you can get his agility all the way to the 95. The shooting is great, the hands are great, and in general, he is now one of the best, if not the best, left-handed winger in the game. Eric Lindros also receive a card, Power Forward and Deking Boost. Not a bad card, one of the best centers in the game, 88 face-offs because of his size, it will really make a huge difference. Zone ability Unstoppable Force. I probably would not pick up this card as far as you're not fan of the player, but Eric Lindros cards always plays very good. I can see EA dropping a champs reward Eric Lindros, let's say once we are getting to the 90 overalls. And of course, once I mentioned in my previous video that Bobby Orr probably will never receive an upgrade, EA drops this 87 overall Supernatural card with offensive defenseman and pinpoint shooting boost. This is a very good alternative if you didn't pick up his hologram icon. Yes, the zone ability is Unstoppable Force, but because he's quite small, very usable, so it's definitely worth 2 ability points. The shooting, the hands, and the skating is insane. The only difference is that obviously on his hologram icon we have free zone ability wheels, which will make him one of the fastest, if not the fastest defensemen in the game. And the last upgrade from yesterday was Matt Sundin with Playmaking Forward and Speed Boost. The skating and shooting for sure could be better, but again, I just believe that this card was released just to upgrade his hologram icon. Unstoppable Force with his size, I don't really think you need it, but if we look at his hologram icon, then yes, you can now also upgrade him all the way to the 87. The synergies are the same, the only difference is the zone ability, and I still stand with that Quick Draw is one of the must-have zone abilities for every single center because you really notice that a lot. Considering his size, like I already said, he's one of the best centers, if not the best right-handed centers in the game. The good thing about this event is that the sets will be out for 4 weeks, so we don't need to rush to make that MSP before it runs out. We can easily play the game, grind our chores, and then just go and make any card we want. To make any of the MSPs, you will need to trade in 385 overall Frozen Force cards plus 285 from any event. As you can see, as the overalls for MSPs are going up, also the trade-ins are going up. If you want to make any of the 85 overall Frozen Force players, you will need to trade in 3 83 overall Frozen Force players. And if you want to make any of the 83 overall Frozen Force players, you just need to trade in 3 random 81 plus overall cards. They are going for around 6k in the auction house, maybe 6.5 now. So as you can see, the prices are going up in the auction house because the event is an absolute banger. So I probably would still suggest you grind the chores and only use these cards if you are short of any of the players. And same as it was with the next gen event, to make Connor McDavid, you will need to trade in 288 overall MSPs. The cost for a McDavid is definitely high, but at the same time he's the best card in the game, same as it was with Barzal at that point. If you don't have his Supercharge X Factor or you are not even halfway, I absolutely recommend and suggest you guys go and make it. You can make Connor McDavid for free if you grind the chores week 1 and week 2. You can actually skip some of the chores, let's say objectives, and you will still be able to make Connor McDavid for free. Considering he's 100% locked in for Team of the Year, there is a potential then you will be able to trade in his MSP for a discount if you want. If you already have his Supercharge X Factor, I would not recommend making this card just to get, I don't know, let's say a discount for his Team of the Year, because you are just like overspending. And something new again this week is the Frozen Force collectible sets. We will be able to earn the collectibles in objectives, in moments, in wildcard, and also in our daily logging pack, which is not really a daily logging pack because you have to go and open it in the store, but every single day if you go into the store and open the pack, you will get yourself 5 collectibles for free. After, you can exchange these 5 collectibles for a daily gift set. At the moment I think it's 82 plus overall card, but there is a potential that it will change every single day. You can also use 10 collectibles for a gold jersey, I would not recommend that, 30 collectibles for an 87 overall Frozen Force player, and at this point it's Willie Nylander or Kyle Connor. Keep in mind that this card is a B&D, so you will not be able to trade it in any sets in the future. If you're just starting out the game and let's say your team is very low in the overall and you need someone to help you, I don't know, score more goals, why not? But at the same time, I just think if you keep your collectibles and trade them in for, let's say, I don't know, 85 overall Frozen Force player, it will help you to make one of the 88 overall MSPs. You can also go and trade in 30 collectibles for an 83 overall Frozen Force player, which is a tradable card. So if you like to gamble and if you want to take risk, this is where you could potentially get yourself some coins. The only thing, keep in mind, you cannot pull Connor McDavid, so you can pull any MSP, any event card, but not Connor McDavid. And 40 collectibles can be exchanged for 780 plus overall player pack. At first it sounds like a good value, but because it's untradeable, you will be able to use these cards for sets, but nothing else. They're also not event cards, so you could just pull 780 overall base cards. In my opinion, the best value for your collectibles would be 85 overall event card or 83 plus overall tradable event card. Because firstly, it will allow you to skip some of the chores like objectives, and also you could potentially make some coins. Now when we talked about everything what is new, let's talk about the same old chores. And let's start with objectives. If you complete them all, you will end up with quite a lot of things. But one thing to keep in mind to make it quicker, same as any other event, the card stack. So for example, when it says complete 25 games in Rivals, if you have 5 players in your team, you only need to play 5 games. If you complete all the objectives, we will end up with 179 overall card, 181 overall card, 183 overall event card, 185 overall event card, and on top of that we also will receive 15 event collectibles. We also have 5 moments to complete, and if we complete them all, we will get ourselves 181 overall player, 183 overall event player, and on top of that another 15 collectibles. If you're struggling with scoring goals, try to score 1 or 2 goals with McDavid and do that empty net in the end. I personally scored 2 empty net goals with Connor McDavid because I was struggling and that worked out for me. You can do the same thing with Reinhart as well, and if you're struggling with Morgan Rielly assists, also try to go for an empty net. The first moment for Bedard is a take toe drag shots. It's basically a Datsuk shot, so if you're on PlayStation, just press square. And Wildcard this week also receives some changes as we can get more free stuff. If you complete all, you will earn 185 overall event player, 181 overall player, 180 overall player, 179 overall player, 179 overall player, and 375 plus overall players. And on top of that, if you complete it all, as you can see, we also will get another 15 collectibles. It might sound a lot of information, but let's talk about the collectibles and how many collectibles in total can we get in week 1, week 2, and also opening our daily packs in the store. As you can see, we can open one daily Frozen Force pack every day or every 24 hours, and it will be in the store until December 27th. So it means if you open one every single day, you can do that 15 times. So that's just 75 collectibles just by logging into the game. If you're completing the chores every week, we will get additional 45 collectibles in both weeks, so that's 90 in total. So now we have 165 collectibles after the event to use in any sets, and let's say if we want to do the 30 collectible set where we can get 85 overall Frozen Force players, you can do that 5 times, or you can do this 3 times and also do 2 times 83 plus overall Frozen Force players. So by doing it 3 times, it gives you one MSP, and then you can just take a risk and maybe you pull another MSP. This is basically another event where we can make ourselves 2 MSPs for free and even more, because if you complete every single chore, week 1, week 2, you open every single pack, you have plenty of collectibles, you can easily make yourself Connor McDavid for free, plus another MSP. And don't forget, we also get a lot of 81 overall cards, 83 overall cards, which after can be exchanged for those 85 overall Frozen Force players. So no need to say, then EA definitely gave us a lot of fodder, a lot of resources to make any card we want. To round it all up, EA also released a new team builder pack in the store for 41k coins, and you can open 6 of them. If you want to make an 86 overall team builder, it would cost you 247k coins, and that's a very good value. I personally will open 6 of them just because I want to complete my second 86 overall team builder, and when EA do things like this, it means it's a hint that next week we 100% will receive a new 89 overall team builders. Alina Muller is a great card, but I will wait to see who is getting more team builder cards before I make my choice who I will make. Because I already have supercharged Connor McDavid, I will not go and chase him. I will wait who is the next week's master set master item. I have a feeling we could see players like Aston Matthews or maybe even Makar. I really hope it's not Makar, because Aston Matthews will be a much better card. Also, hopefully they will not release Nathan McKinnon. I would like to see players like Leon Draisaitl getting an MSP, even considering he recently get a card, but you know, who cares? I think there are plenty of good players who deserves to have a master set master item. I don't know exactly how EA make these cards, but they did say they will highlight the best players in NHL, so Aston Matthews 100% should receive one. So if Matthews get an MSP next week, I will definitely make him, plus I will also make Moritz Seider, because his card definitely will help my team, and I will replace Cale Makar because I think Megan Keller is a great card, but she needs someone bigger next to her to be more efficient. This definitely was a long breakdown, and they for sure did a great job. I know there will be still a lot of people who will say, oh my god, the content is shit, but you know what? Compare everything they gave us in the last 2 weeks and yesterday, this is like night and day. I really hope that this is just the beginning of new content changes, and this is something we will see going forward. Really good cards, easy acquirable cards, a lot of free stuff, and in general, something to grind towards to. Let me know down in comment sections below, what do you think about yesterday's content? Who is the MSP you will be making? And as always, thanks for watching today's video, have a good one, and see you on the ice.